Additional questions for Tony? Go to Godwin.
Godwin Kelly, Daytona Beach News Journal. Tony, are you interested in getting a piece of the old asphalt just as a souvenir or memento?
Yeah, actually, I would be. I mean, I'd love to get a piece of the start-finish line if at all possible. I mean, we've won 14 races, I think, here now, and so it's been cool to be the first guy to get to it a lot. But yeah, if I could get a piece of the start-finish line, it'd be awesome. I mean, that's a keepsake that not too many people may have the opportunity to get. I would say the track's probably already on top of that and already selling sections of it. If they're smart, it'll help offset some of the cost of the astronomical cost it's going to be to repave this place. But it'd be neat to have a piece of the start-finish line like that, but it'd also be neat to see them take the time to cut up sections and sell it to the fans, because I know a lot of fans would like to have that opportunity to have that also, and there's going to be plenty of it available, so it'd be pretty cool to have that opportunity.
Jamal Brown.
I may have to sneak out there Saturday after the race is over and go out there with a hammer and chisel and get my own section just in case I don't get anything. So.
Jamal Brown, ESPN. Tony, over here. Can you give us recollection of how the last laps of the race went down with you and Kyle last year?
I don't remember the whole last lap. I remember just coming off of 4, and we got a run on him, and I remember he went to the inside to block us, and we just kind of stayed to the outside and let the momentum carry. And then he went, when he realized we were to the right, he went to block to the right, and we were already there, and spun him across the nose. But I would rather not have quite that dramatic of a finish from the standpoint of his side of it more than ours. I'd like our side to be about the same, but I don't want to see anybody and to see a big wreck afterwards because of it. But it was definitely cool. I mean, it would have been interesting to see whether we were actually going to get all the way by him or whether we were going to fall short if it went all the way to the line. But because of him driving across the nose, it definitely sealed the deal for us.
We'll come up here. There you go.
Ron LeMasters, National Speed Sport News. Last few weeks you performed very well, and before that it was sort of a struggle. Can you point to any one thing that has changed, or is it just kind of a culmination of the effort?
Well, I think it's just the work, everybody's been doing. It's it's kind of weird how last year we start off the season really well, and literally the first half of the year was right on pace with what we were looking for, and then 4 or 5 weeks before the chase started, we started falling off, and then really were struggling during the chase. So it was kind of frustrating from that standpoint, and we couldn't really put our finger on what we were doing different and what we were doing wrong that was causing us to not have that kind of performance. But it seems like this year we got a slow start to the year, and it seems like we're picking it up. So hopefully we're going to have I'm hoping we're having the polar opposite of what we had last year. We're going to start slow and finish strong this year. But I just think it's due to everybody's work at the shop, and there's one thing about our guys: they just don't quit, they don't give up. They're all racers, whether they've come from. We got a lot of guys that have come from either sprint car racing or modified racing or pavement late models across the country, and it's neat to have a shop full of what I call true racers, people that race because they love racing, and we're all lucky that we get paid to do it. So. And that's just the mentality of good racers. Is, if things get tough, they don't give up. They sit there and sort it out and try to figure out what it is that they got to do to make it better. And that's what our guys have done. I feel like they just keep digging in and keep trying. And that seems to, I think the results the last couple of weeks have shown that.
Any further questions for Tony? Tony, thank you. We'll go with Bob, and we'll finish up with Bob.
It's a bad way to end the day.
Can you just talk about starting the race with just having 2 laps on the car? And, obviously you've had some experience with a new car like you did last year, so just curious if you're concerned or what.
Yeah, the good news is the backup car is actually the car that I won the race with last year, so it's not a brand new car. It's just, obviously we haven't really run it this weekend, so we'll have to. The challenge with it is, figuring out the ride heights and making sure everything's going to travel the same as the other car. But I'm confident in that car. Obviously, it was a good car last year and handled well. So, I'm not really too scared from that aspect of it, of running the backup car. But like I say, the biggest thing is starting the race. Whether it's traveling enough or not traveling enough in the front end, that's going to be really critical. And it's very feasible that the first or second stop of the race we might still be working on ride height and getting it exactly where we want it. But as far as feeling comfortable with that car, I'm very confident that car will work.
Tony, thank you for your time and good luck this weekend.
Thanks, guys.